If someone praises you in public but punishes you in private, it was never about love. It was always about control. This one's for the unseen queens, and you know who you are. The women everyone sees as so lucky in public, but who are being destroyed behind closed doors. Today I'm showing you how that pattern rewired your brain and why it's still running your life. I was scrolling through Reddit the other day and came across a post that stopped me in my tracks. Someone shared their experience of being praised in public by their partner, only to be punished in private. And the comments were filled with women saying, "This is my life too." Let me paint the picture from that thread. You're at a dinner party with friends. Your partner has their arm around you, telling everyone how proud they are of your recent promotion, how amazing you are, how lucky they are to have someone so successful. Everyone's smiling, you're getting all the positive attentions, and for a moment, you feel seen and valued. Then you get in the car. The mask drops. Suddenly, you were showing off or trying to make them look bad. Or you are always needing to be the center of attention. Or maybe it's the silent treatment, that icy withdrawal that feels like an emotional death. The responses to that Reddit post was both heartbreaking and eye-opening. Woman after woman shared how this exact pattern had rewired their entire nervous system. And here's what most people didn't understand. This pattern doesn't stay contained to romantic relationships. It follows you everywhere, especially into your professional life. I specialize in helping high-achieving women recover from narcissistic abuse using my Brave Self framework. And what I've seen constantly is women who look incredibly successful on paper, but who are secretly exhausted because they are operating from a trauma-trained nervous system. Brave Self stands for boundaries, learning to protect your energy and self-worth, regulation, healing your nervous system from trauma responses, awareness, recognizing patterns before they control you, and voice, reclaiming your authentic self-expression, empowerment, building genuine confidence from the inside out. This isn't traditional therapy that treats you like you're broken, or is it generic coaching that ignores your psychological barrier? This is trauma-informed empowerment for high-achieving women. The patterns we're discussing today, public praise, private punishment, violates every single one of these pillars. Let's start with boundaries, the B in Brave Self. When someone praises you publicly or punishes you privately, this isn't just inconsistency. It's systematically training your nervous system to distrust your own reality. This pattern teaches you that your worth is performative, not inherent, that love comes with conditions and hidden costs, that you can never trust the moments that you're in, and your emotional safety depends on someone else's mood. Lastly, your accomplishments are only valid if they are not threatening to anyone else. Listen, I worked with a client. Let's call her Sarah. She was in management at a tech company, incredibly successful, but came to me after having an increase in panic attacks before board meetings. It turns out her ex-husband used to brag about her accomplishments to his friends, then spend the car ride home telling her that she was too intense or she needed to tone it down. 3 years after their divorce, Sarah's nervous system was still braced for that post-success punishment. Every achievement triggered an anxiety instead of her pride. Her body was waiting for the other shoe to drop. This is what unhealed boundary violations look like in a professional setting. You achieve something amazing, and instead of celebrating, you immediately start scanning for signs of disapproval or preparing for backlash. Now, I want to talk about regulation, the R in Brave Self. You know, our nervous system has 3 states: social engagement, fight or flight, or shutdown. When you're in a healthy relationship, success and praise helps regulate your nervous system into a social engagement. You know, you feel safe, connected, and confident. But when praise is followed by punishment, your nervous system learns that good things are dangerous. You develop what I call success hypervigilance, where your body treats every positive moment as a potential threat. Here's how this shows up in your career. Getting praise in the meeting, but spending the rest of the day analyzing everyone's facial expressions. Receive a compliment from your boss, but immediately preparing for criticism. Accomplishing a major goal, but feeling anxious instead of proud. Success shaming yourself, saying, "I got lucky," or "I didn't deserve it." Your nervous system is literally treating your boardroom like it might turn into that car ride home where you were criticized. You're not being dramatic or oversensitive. You're being protective based on past experiences. And the problem is, this hypervigilance is exhausting. It leads to burnout, imposter syndrome, or what I call success sabotage. Unconsciously undermining your achievements because your nervous system associates success with danger. This brings us to awareness, the A in Brave Self. The first step to healing is acknowledging and recognizing that this pattern shows up in your current life. Here are the 4 signs that public praise, private punishment is still running your show. Number 1, speaking up with great ideas, but spending hours replaying interactions looking for hidden criticism. Number 2, achieving goals, but immediately moving the goalpost because celebrating feels dangerous. Number 3, receiving recognition, but feeling uncomfortable or undeserving. Number 4, being helpful and competent publicly, but secretly resenting that no one sees the struggle. Your brain is trying to protect you based on old information. Just like having a security system for a house you don't live in anymore. The V in Brave Self is voice. And this pattern is the most destructive to your authentic self-expression. You learn to be the perfect partner in public, but discovered that your real thoughts and feelings were problems to be managed in private. Over time, you lose touch with who you actually are versus who you think you need to be. One client described it perfectly, stating, "I became a chameleon. I could read any room and become what people needed me to be. I was good at it. I got promoted to leadership, but I had no idea who I actually was underneath all that adaptation." Finally, empowerment, the E in Brave Self. True empowerment isn't about positive thinking or fake it till you make it with confidence. It's about building genuine self-worth that doesn't depend on external validation. When you experience public praise, private punishment, your sense of worth became completely external. You need the praise to feel good about yourself, but you can't trust it because it might be followed by punishment. You know, real empowerment looks like this. Knowing your self-worth isn't up for debate. Receiving genuine praise without anxiety. Celebrating achievements without waiting for permission. Setting boundaries without guilt or fear. Making decisions based on your values and not others' reactions. Listen, once you heal this pattern, your professional life transforms. You start asking for what you deserve, and you become a leader people actually want to follow because you're authentic and not performative. If everything I described today feels familiar, you're not alone and definitely not broken. You're a high-achieving woman whose nervous system learned to protect you in an impossible situation. Now it's time to teach it that you are safe to succeed authentically. Here's how to start. First, take my free Brave Self assessment. The link is in the bio below. This assessment will show you which of the 5 pillars needs your attention first. Second, I'm currently hosting a free meetup group where we deep dive into the Brave Self framework together. This isn't just information session. It's an interactive workshop where you can get real-time feedback on specific situations. The link to join the next meetup session is in the description. Now, if you want to learn more, I do have additional videos designed to help high-achieving women move beyond narcissistic trauma patterns. This content will bridge trauma recovery and career growth. Now, please subscribe and turn on the notifications for weekly updates tailored to women who are committing to overcoming their past. Remember, that person who praised you publicly and punished you privately was showing you who they were and not who you are. Your worth was never actually up for debate, and your nervous system just needs to remember that truth. You deserve success that feels good in your body, relationships that are consistent, and a career that honors who you actually are. And that's what we'll get to. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.